Hey guys, another fear that robs us of being our true great self in each and every day and at each and every moment is the fear of criticism. This is one where we have to really go within ourselves and say, what is it that we're really afraid of? Why do we care so much about what others are going to say about things that we believe in or things that we want to do? Especially if we want to achieve our dreams, if we really want to be happy, peaceful, successful, and achieve that infinite wealthy state of mind, we have to be willing to go deep and master that fear of criticism. Most of the times, people care very much for us and they're probably worried about us and want to protect us. But we have to be able to say to ourselves, we have to have such strong belief and conviction in what we're doing, in the rightness of what we're doing, and that will give us the strength to take that criticism, use it, and apply it in a successful way. Have a great day.
Rise and shine, it's Espresso Time. Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and successful people don't wake up and go, yes, another day, I'm gonna crush it. No, they wake up just like you and I. The difference is they have habits and routines, like watching one of these videos, that set them up for success. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee, know that I believe in you. And in celebration of my recent one-on-one with John Asaraf, enjoy this shot of espresso from our vaults.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Self-talk is so critical. And so I'm consistently paying attention to how am I speaking to myself? Am I speaking to myself in a kind, motivating, empathetic, compassionate way? Or am I consistently self-deprecating and putting myself down? I used to think a lot, when I was younger, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not worthy. Those thoughts, and lots of fear of being embarrassed, fear of failure, fear of being ashamed. And I still have the thoughts every once in a while, especially when I'm setting new goals. Those come up, holy mackerel, they come up so freaking fast. Are you smart enough to achieve that? Are you good enough to achieve that? Even when I got into really diving deep into the brain science and even my new book, I was petrified to release my book. It took me 2 years to write it because now I'm entering another whole domain of neuroscience and neuropsychology with world-renowned experts that I've worked with for years. But now here I am putting myself out there with, hey, this is neuroscientifically correct. So I had to make sure that it was. But there was a lot of fear. But I understand what the emotion of fear is. It's a subconscious trigger that causes this feeling that I don't like. And it's a go signal for me, not a stop signal for me.
That's interesting. What do you mean by that?
Well, fear is an emotion. Emotions are all triggered at the subconscious level. They release neurochemicals that causes a feeling. We are consciously aware of feelings that are triggered at the subconscious level. The feeling is the end point of the human experience in the physical body. And so when you have something in your brain that a neural network says, well, what if this book comes out and you fail? What if it's not good enough? What is scientifically not correct? What if? My brain's going to process that the same way as your brain and everybody else's brain because everybody's brain's the same. The mechanism of how the brain works, it's Einstein's brain, Hitler's brain, Genghis Khan's brain, Tom Bilyeu's brain, John Asar's brain, all the same functionality. So if you understand the mechanics of what's supposed to happen, then you say, okay, great. When I feel this, then what am I going to do? So I like to use an analogy of a car. You're driving a car and you're talking to a friend of yours and a light pops up on the dash. You don't take a hammer and hit the light. It's a signal. Something's happening in the engine, in the trunk, in the tires. Something's happening. Emotions and feelings aren't positive or negative. They're empowering or disempowering to varying degrees if you don't understand them.
The greatest mindset shift that you can make is to say that when you're afraid, it's go time. That when you're afraid of doing something, not because you're afraid of jumping out of a helicopter with no parachute, right? That's just stupid. But most of the things that we're afraid of are other people's judgments, other people's opinions. When you're afraid that that's not good enough of a reason anymore not to act. Not anymore, not for you. That when you're afraid is go time. When you can make that switch, you make that switch. I'm afraid of this thing. I feel my heart beating like crazy. What are people gonna say about me? And you accept that that is a good enough reason for you not to act. You're reinforcing a pattern of smallness. You're reinforcing a pattern of not being good enough. You're reinforcing a pattern of living below your potential. And every day that you reinforce that pattern, you continue to live in that pattern, where every day that you can catch it and say, being afraid is no longer a good enough reason for me not to act. That's when you start to make a shift. That's when you start to jump into your ideal life. That's when you start to become the person that you want to be, because everything that you want is on the other side of what you're afraid of. Think about your ideal life. Think about the life that you want for yourself, the life that you're trying to build for you, for your family, in your business. What do you want to create? If it doesn't have a healthy dose of fear, you have the wrong vision. Right? If it doesn't scare you what you're doing, then you hate your life. If you look at your calendar for the next month. If there's nothing in there that makes you scared, afraid, then you don't like your life, because you're just waking up, photocopying the same day over and over again, living Groundhog Day, maybe working for somebody that you hate, and just doing the same thing on repeat. And that's not what we want, because we want progress, because we want growth, because we want to feel like the work we do matters, because we want to feel like we are learning and adapting and growing and evolving. We want that. Otherwise, you're bored. And so that's that fine line, is you know you're capable of more, you know you want to do more, you know you've got the heart and the capacity and the love and the caring and the ambition to do more, but you're afraid, and so you don't. And so you're sitting in a car. I'm in my car. I'm not driving, Nina's driving. Hello, Nina.
Hello.
You're sitting in your car with your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time, spinning your wheels, knowing that you're capable of more, but never actually going anywhere. This is the problem most people fall into, is because you're just afraid. And the bigger reason is you've accepted that fear is a good enough reason for you not to act. You've accepted, well, I'm afraid, and that's okay to then not do anything. And so it's definitely okay to be afraid. I think it's great. That means you're on the edge of something. That's fantastic. But it's not okay to then teach yourself, I'm afraid and therefore I don't do. The single greatest mindset shift I think you can make is to change it from I'm afraid and therefore I don't do, to I'm afraid and therefore I must. I'm afraid and therefore I must. I'm afraid and therefore I must. And so there's two easy ways to do this. This is what I use. I've seen it work for a lot of other people. It can definitely work for you. How do you make that mindset shift? 1, scary, difficult, or hard are trigger words. Scary, difficult, or hard. When I hear myself think it, when I write it out into a message, an email, a DM, when somebody hears me say it, when I'm talking in a conversation, I say scary, difficult, or hard as a reason for me not to do something. Evan, you should go do this. Oh yeah, I agree, but I'm scared up. Right? As soon as I say it, that means I have to do it. Caught it. Scary, difficult, or hard. Trigger words. They're not important enough reasons for you not to act. So that's when you can catch the language. That's a language one, right? Written or verbal or thought patterns is language. The second one is more physical. So if you're more a physical person, you'll feel it in your heart, right? If your heart's going boom, 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 right? Whenever you're nervous or afraid of something, what happens? Your heart starts beating. Your heart starts beating. If somebody asks you if you want to share your answer in front of the class, or be the volunteer, or share your opinion, or make a YouTube video, or whatever the thing is, and your heart's going boom, boom, boom like this, right? You feel it. You feel your heart beating fast. I call it the boom, boom, boom test. Then that's also go time. When you accept this as a reason for you not to act, then you never act. You never create the life that you want. It's got to be this to action. This means you go. This means you do. As long as it's not against your values, as long as it's, still in service of other people. Don't go rob a grocery store because you're scared to do it, right? But most of the things that we're afraid to do, most of the things that are scary, difficult, or hard, or giving us the boom, 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 right? Most of the things that do that are just, again, other people's opinions. You're just afraid of what people are going to think about you, say about you. And that's not a good enough reason. Not anymore. Not if you want to create something amazing. Not if you want to build that life for yourself. It just can't be an acceptable reason for you anymore. And that's what we have really come down to, where that's really scary. It's like, okay, yeah, oh yeah, it's too scary. and you've accepted it, and your friends have accepted it, and your family's accepted it. And so that becomes the ongoing loop that you create for yourself. And then you stay stuck knowing that you can do a lot more, but never taking action because you've accepted scary, difficult, or hard, or your heart beating like this, crazy, as a good enough reason for you not to act. And I want you to flip it. I want you to try to catch it. You're not going to catch it every time. You're probably actually barely going to catch it. It's such a default way of operating for me, for you, for everybody. It's such a default way of operating. I've probably played small 10 times today already and never even noticed it because I didn't catch it. It's such a default way of operating that don't judge yourself for not catching it in the moment every single time. It's more when you do catch it. Your goal is to catch it once today. Catch it once today. Catch one time today when you're thinking. You could force it on yourself. What's the life that you want to build? What's the next goal that you have for yourself? And then what's the next immediate action that you have to take? Think of something. Think of an action that's been on your list for a while that you haven't done yet. Do you have one? Is it you thinking scary, difficult, or hard already for that thing that you say you want to do? Is your heart beating fast yet? The idea that you will have to do this today, right? When you do catch it, you find one thing per day, and then you do the thing. What happens is you start to change the pattern. You start to change the process. You start to change your identity. You start to become the person who does the scary things, who follows through on their word, who executes when it's scary, difficult, or hard. You start to change who you are. And when you change who you are, you change your behaviors and you change the outcomes that you get as a result. Everything you want in a life is on the other side of scary, difficult, or hard. You have to stop accepting those as reasons for you not to take action. Good luck.
Stop right now and let me ask you this. How is it possible that Elon Musk can manage?
Now I've got a special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the good deed of the day. This is something new. I believe that you're built to serve, and it feels so good to do something nice for somebody else. So good deed of the day. Put down in the comments one thing that you need help with, that you're working on, that you'd love some support or guidance on. And then 2, go comment on somebody else's comment and give them some love, give them some support, give them some encouragement, maybe give them some connections, try to help them solve that problem. Even if it's saying, I believe in you. That one little bit of encouragement can be the difference between somebody quitting and continuing on. So the good deed of the day, in the comments below, write down one thing that you need help on, that you're struggling with, that you're working on. And then part 2 is go give love to somebody else in the comments too, and let them know that you believe in them as well.
Sigue el paso al ritmo del club, para arriba y para abajo.
Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathing in through our noses and out through our mouths. Feeling the power of you controlling your breathing. Knowing, remembering, it's the same power we use to control our thinking. Now use that power. Use your determination to see in your mind today your best effort in all the exercises, stretches, movements we do here together. See it in your mind right now. See yourself doing the best you can, giving the best effort you've ever done for anything. Maybe you want to visualize the last time we did these exercises and stretches together. Go there and think right now about what you could do better or differently this time. It's the same process we use to grow our minds and grow the strength and health of our bodies and energy. Alright, good morning, determination. How's everyone today? Another day in the gym of life. Wherever you are, if you're at home, outdoors, indoors, let's go. Let's make this the best gym period ever. Here we go. Alright, when I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot. But for now, if you would like, just to slowly warm up, you can walk on the spot or walk side to side. Okay, so walking on the spot first or side to side, wherever you are. When I say go, we'll start jogging. Ready, and go. Again, remembering our breathing. Always controlling our breathing as best we can. And focusing on the movement of our body right now. The awareness of what we're doing. The awareness of being here together right now, united in the gym of life, always, wherever we are. Keep going, everyone, keep going. A few more seconds to warm up our bodies. Feel the power of your heart beating faster. Your breathing wanting to change and go faster, but you get to control that breathing. Always the way we control our thoughts. And stop. All right, everyone, walking. Just gonna walk side to side here. You can do the same. Remember to always move safely within the space that you have. Continue to take deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel your heart, your breathing, all coming back to the previous state before we started jogging. All right, everyone, and let's start doing our stretches. Let's do shoulder rolls first. Here we go. Roll the shoulders forward 10 times. Big shoulder rolls all the way up to your ears as much as possible and all the way around. Let's do 10 forward and then 10 backwards. Feeling that tension and then that release as we come around. All right, let's go backwards. Feeling the joy of being able to move our bodies, to release some of that tension, maybe that tightness we might have. So important that we work on our bodies and our minds every day. As we work on one, we work on the other. All right, arm circles forward, everyone. 10 forward. Here we go. Slowly, all the way up and around. Excellent. All right, and backwards, everyone. Again, feeling the joy of your arms moving through space. You controlling your physical body. All through the most marvelous supercomputer in the universe, your mind. All right, good. Hands on your hips, everyone. Bend your knees and side stretch. Let's do 5 on each side. All right, excellent. Okay, let's twist our bodies now. Twist. Again, 5 on each side. Feeling the joy of moving our midsection of our body. Just the middle point of our body. All right, excellent. Okay, let's do 5 push-ups, everyone. Our best 5 push-ups. Here we go. All the way down, all the way up. The best you can. All right. And 5 sit-ups. Best 5 sit-ups ever. Here we go. All right, and stand up, everyone. Let's do 5 squats. Here we go. All the way down, all the way up. Down. Looking straight ahead. Feet flat on the floor. Excellent. Let's do 6 lunges, 3 on each side. Alternating legs. Arms out. Back straight. Good. All right. 10-second plank, belly's knees off the ground. Hold it there for 10. Excellent job, everyone. Okay, stand up and reach for the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are, on your toes. Here we go. Reaching and holding it there for 10 seconds. Again, feeling your body, every part of it working to achieve the goal of holding this for 10 seconds. Excellent. And reach for your toes, straight knees. Go as far as you can. Remember, you may not touch your toes, that's okay. Reaching is the most important thing. Going for it. Doing your best without hurting yourself. Keep those knees straight. Excellent. And come on up. And let's balance. Grab one leg, bend the other knee if you have to, and hold it there for 10 seconds. Keep fighting to keep your balance if you have to. Keep thinking. Channeling your thoughts to keep your balance. Excellent. All right, and switch. Again, pulling your leg back, feeling the stretch on the front of the thigh. Bend the other knee if you have to. Remember, if you lose your balance, you fall, you get right back up. Never give up, never stay down. Always do your best to get right back up. All right, here we go. Let's hug our knee now. Hugging the knee, pulling it up. Once again, thinking about what we're doing. Trying to find that balance point. Bend the other knee if you have to. Hold it for 10 seconds. And switch, the other one, slowly come on up. And find that balance. Feel your body working to find that balance. All right, excellent. Holding it for 10. Okay, and good. Let's sit down, everyone, and reach for our toes. Straight knees. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Again, thinking about our breathing. One great breath in at a time. One great thought in at a time. All right, let's make a V shape with our legs and reach for the floor as far away from our body as we can. Just reach. Reach as far as you can go away from your body. And reach for one side, hold it for 10 seconds. And good, the other side, 10 seconds. Again, if you don't touch your toe, it's okay, just reach. Reach, always go for it, always do your best. If you feel a pain though, make sure you come back a little bit. Okay, and feet together. Gently push your knees down with your elbows. Hold it for 10 seconds again. And always remember that breathing. Good air in. And bad air out. Good. And one leg forward, one leg back. Keep the knee on the ground. Go as far back as you can. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Alright, and switch to the other side. Again, keep that knee on the ground so you feel the pull on the front of your thigh. Doesn't matter if you're not all the way back with your back, it's okay. Alright, good. And roll onto your belly. Push the floor and look up at the ceiling. Cobra stretch. Here we go. Hold it for 10 seconds. Or look up at the sky if you're outdoors. Alright, and legs crossed again, everyone. Back straight. Eyes closed. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now, using our powerful imagination to see what we will do when that music goes on. I'm going to play two of some of my favorite songs today. For each song, I'm going to hold an exercise position. For me today, I'm going to visualize and see in my mind holding the lunge position for each leg for the duration of the first song. For the second song, I'll be holding the sit-up position as long as I can, for as long as I can, but I will continue right to the end of the song. How about you? Play your two favorite songs or two songs that change your energy state so you can be your true great self and motivate yourself. Or you can listen to my music, but whatever you do, see in your mind right now the two exercises you've chosen to do, or stretches, or movements, or dances, or something that you want to do to work on your body safely when that music goes on. See it right now, clearly in your mind, because you were born to do that. You were born to see it in your mind and make it real with your eyes open in the world. Alright, here we go, determination, here we go. For me, it's lunge position. Here I go. Try to keep my back straight, keep that knee off the ground. If you're doing the same, again, do your best. Hold it there as long as you can. I'm going to try to hold this leg for half the song and then hold the other side for half the song. And if you want, yeah, clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth, as Pharrell sings over here right now. I think happiness is the truth. We were born to be happy, all of us, no matter what. For me, there's no greater happiness than working on my mind and body all the time, wherever I go in the gym of life. And I hope the same for you. But remember, you were born to be happy, to be free, to be peaceful, kind, and loving, always. And I'm happy right now. I hope you're happy right now. Because if you can be happy now, you can be happy forever. Wherever you are, no matter what. All right. Whew. Let's do the other leg. Shake it a little bit. All right, here we go. Don't let anybody or anything ever bring you down. You were born to be happy. That's up to you. Always up to you. No matter how hard things are, always remember your determination. Your power to determine, to make the positive, accurate, truthful, winning, loving choice. Always. To be good. To be your best for others, no matter what. Even when things are uncomfortable, like right now, this is getting uncomfortable for me. But I get to keep going. I get to keep using my determination. Because I'm happy, I love it. And I want happiness for you and everyone, the whole universe. And I pray for that every single day. Whew. Song's not over. I gotta keep going. Let's do the other leg. Let's do the other one. Yeah. Let's clap along, yeah. Happiness is the truth for sure. Here we go. And switch the other leg. There we go. Find that balance. Let's go, everyone. Clap along wherever you are. Happiness is the truth. Let's go. Thank you, Pharrell. You were born with happiness. You're made of happiness and truth. Oh. All right, I'm proud of your effort, wherever you are. Let's go.
Kira and Zach are collaborating.
All right, next song, everyone. Let's go. V-sits for me. V-sit up for me position. How about you? What are you going to work on? Let's see. Whatever it is, do your best. Here we go. You want to try what I'm doing? Go for it. Let's go, everyone, together. If you got your own exercise, your own movement you're doing, go for it. It is a bright, sunshiny day where I am, right here, right now, doing this video for you, for all of us, for myself. I hope the same for you. But more importantly, I hope that it's bright, clear, and sunny, always in your mind right now, wherever you are. Because that's always up to us. Oh, I love it. I love working on being our best in whatever we do. No matter how hard it might be, no matter how challenging. Should always be nothing but blue sky of thoughts in our mind. Clearness, clarity. We can do it. It's up to us. We were born to do it. To let those dark clouds pass, those thoughts, those negative thoughts. And remember the truth of what we are, who we are. Whew. can see clearly right now. I know I got more. Here we go. Song's not over. Let's go, Mr. Francis. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Nick. Here we go. Keep going, everyone, wherever you are. Keep going. Let's go. This is the best effort ever we're giving, right? The best effort, no matter what. The way we do this is the way we'll do everything. Fall, we get right back up. Still not over. Song's not over. Let's go. Keep going. We fall, we get right back up. Never give up. Never. Never give up until it's a bright, sunshiny day in your mind, and we've done the best to help other people with their mind. It's possible. All through your determination. Let's go, everybody. Oh, great effort. And here we are again. Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Deep breaths in through our noses and out through our mouths. The way we began. The way it all begins, always. Always with our thoughts. Our powerful minds. Which are always subject to our control. No matter how hard it's been to control them. We know the truth, don't we? We saw it today in our effort. We see it every day in life, in the gym of life. We know that we have the power to determine what thoughts we will act upon. And therefore, we also have that power to determine what feelings we will allow to flow out and through us. Because our feelings are ultimately connected to our thinking. If we control our breath with our thoughts, we can always control our thoughts and therefore our feelings. To learn and to grow and to be mind healthy and mind wealthy. Peaceful, kind, loving, free, and successful in whatever we do, wherever we are, no matter what. That's why we are already, whether we know it or not, determined nation, a people, a nation that always has the power to determine, to think, and to be positively, undoubtedly, unwaveringly loving, no matter what. Great job to everyone. I love you so much. Another great time here together. This is probably one of our last for the summer. I hope you enjoy every moment, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Whether you're in a classroom, at work, at home, wherever you are. Enjoy every moment. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you, to continue growing our minds and our bodies together. But remember the truth, no matter what. Wherever you go, wherever you are already in the gym of life where you can always grow your mind and your body. I love you. Thank you so much for always helping me grow my mind and my body. And may today and everything we've done together, our time together, and wherever you are, with whoever you're with, may that always be an expression of who and what we really are. I love you, everyone. Have a great summer. I will see and connect with you as soon as the time comes. I love you all.
Business is a sport and a competitiveness just like basketball, football, baseball, or anything. And it's the competitiveness. When I was 21 years old, I won my first Cadillac selling Shackley vitamins. I told myself I wanted to own my first jet at 35. And
did you pull it off?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And then when I was in my 20s, you know, I said, when that Forbes 400 came out, I said, I want to be on that list one day.
Yeah.
So you got to set yourself goals and try to set yourself apart.
Yeah.
And I talk about that in the book, is that anybody can set themselves apart. You can be the best sound guy. You can be the best cameraman. You can do certain things and study your field, and then you get a break because you were such a good cameraman, or you're the best sound guy that you got recommended to go on this set and then this set. And then all of a sudden in Hollywood, you're known as the best sound guy.
Yeah.
You can do things to separate yourself from everybody else by just working a little harder.
I have a shirt that I wear. I put a quote on it. Be so good they can't ignore you.
100%.
Need motivation?
Watch the top 10 with Believe Nation.
Top 10, I got a top 10. Got my motivation high for my top 10. Gotta learn from the wise women and men. All my life, like 9 to 9. For my top 10, top 10, top 10, 9 to 9. This one's for my top.
Hi, we're Fiverr, a global marketplace with freelancers offering thousands of digital services.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because you are probably the most ambitious person in your circle, but you know you're capable of more. And you get that push by surrounding yourself with the best. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Tillman Fertitta, and my take on his top 10 rules for success. Enjoy. Rule number 2, take care of the consumer.
What are some of the core principles of business that you really, like, if you knew, if I die without my kids understanding these 3 to 5 things, like what would those 3 to 5 things be?
Know your numbers. No matter what business you're looking at, always know your numbers. Number 2, realize that we're not successful if that consumer does not come to us, whether they're eating in your restaurants, whether they're playing in your casino, and whether, if you don't have a good product on that basketball court, the fans are not going to come and buy those tickets, the sponsors aren't going to come, and therefore you're not going to have the money to pay for those good players next year. You're not going to be able to pay Russell Westbrook and James Harden each $40 million a year. You've got to always remember, we're only as good as us taking care of that consumer.
Rule number 3, do what you love.
Find out what you're good at, and I don't care if you're an interviewer or the greatest chef or whatever. Find out what you truly enjoy doing and do it. It's not always about just making money, but take that God-given talent that he gave you, because I believe everybody has a talent that they're better at that than the majority of the other people.
Rule number 4, be conservative.
Were you ever broke?
I was never broke because I was always conservative. Did I have tough times in the 80s and even in the 90s? Absolutely. But I was never broke. I don't ever want to be broke. That's a scary word, Larry.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there.
Rule number 5, don't assume.
Don't assume anything. People think if somebody walks in and gives you an answer that it's the right answer. And even when I tell somebody to do something, I don't assume they went and did it. I'll ask them a week later, did you do that I asked you to do? Because that was really important to me. Oh my gosh, I didn't do that. And I think that's the biggest mistake people made, is don't assume that everything's running right. Don't assume anything.
Rule number 6, define your own greatness.
What if Tony Robbins, myself, and some really special guests could show you over 3 days, about 2.5
Everybody can't be the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And so everybody's got to find that greatness within themselves. And regardless if she's going to go home and tell herself, I'm the best camera person, or my regional over there who says, you know what, I'm going to be the best regional and have better numbers and have better restaurants than anybody else. Everybody's got to define their own greatness because different people expect different greatness out of themselves. Yeah. And that's what makes us all special.
Rule number 7, anticipate for the worst.
How did that urge to be successful work for you? You had to have some failures.
I've had lots of failures, Larry, but I never had that one to bring me down. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of like borrowing money. And this is where so many people make mistakes in business and they drink their own Kool-Aid is, anytime I ever gave a bank a pro forma of borrowing money, I always did another pro forma for myself that said worst case scenario. Okay, because that's usually what happens 90% of the time. But people start drinking their own Kool-Aid and thinking that they're smarter and better than they are. And I always ran the numbers on, if it is this bad, am I going to still be able to make it through tough times? And I think that's one of the reasons I've been successful. And, I talk about in this, the book, there's a paddle for everybody's ass. I have no fear, but I worry about everything. And the day that you don't think that paddle can get you, it will get you.
Rule number 8, position yourself.
What do you say to somebody who goes, that's great, that's his story, but he got lucky? Because there's a lot of people nowadays that say success is luck. What's your rebuttal to that or thoughts?
I have no problem in the world if I don't want to have to do it again, but I truly do believe this, that you always have a little luck, okay?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you also put yourself in the position to meet that luck, okay? Yeah. I got out there and met people that I know have given me advice or helped me along the way or who believed in me, but also did something to put myself in that position.
Yeah.
And I'm very humble in the sense of I'm very thankful of everything, and I can tell you honestly, I've outworked everybody, my team has outworked everybody, and I do believe this. And I know this is a cliche. You can start all over again and the same people are going to end up with the money.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but
so you feel that way.
I really do feel that way.
Yeah.
But now, do I feel that, somebody was a tech entrepreneur and was working on an app and some other bigger tech company came along and bought it and they made $50 million? I do think that's luck. But once again, they set themselves up for that luck, even though they didn't have a good product, because they developed it and they found somebody that was a greater fool to buy it from.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were lucky, but they weren't lucky because they put themselves in a position still, right?
Rule number 9, learn how to make decisions.
Let's say I'm one of your kids. I want to take over the business one day. How are you going to help me absorb the business fundamentals? Is it just follow you around? Is it you're going to hand me a list of Tillmanisms? Like, what does that process look like?
This is a really great question that you just asked, because I've had people say to me, why don't you let your kids work for me for a while instead of just working for you? And then other people say, you should put them in one department and let them learn that department. And you know what I've said, and I really think I'm doing it right, and we'll see, only time will tell. There's so many departments. You're talking about a $4 billion revenue company with 60,000 employees and 700 million in EBITDA that does everything from, I have 25 biologists that work for me at aquariums. So everything from aquariums to amusement parks to 5 casinos to restaurants to an NBA basketball team, okay? Just everything you can think of. I'm teaching them to make decisions, because that's really what it's all about, is learn how to make decisions, see how I make decisions every day about everything, whether it's a little decision or a big decision. And they've been doing that with me, and they're pretty smart. We don't know that we could run this without you. So it's kind of interesting, because it's them sitting in meetings and seeing how I make decisions is the best thing I can do for them, instead of learning one little department.
And rule number 10, the last one before some very special bonus clips, is don't give up power.
I wanted to continue my education in my pursuit of building out this next startup, which was Joe.
I've never been one to try to make my kids something that they aren't, and so you're going to go play baseball, or you're going to take piano lessons, or you're going to. We've always kind of let them do whatever they wanted to do, but at the same time, you know, I've taught them it's nice to be important. It's more important to be nice, and I've taught them even today. I just said, y'all have learned. They've learned a lot too, where I'm very observant. They've learned a lot by watching other families that have money. Right. And I've told them, you see what all these people do? They go, and the next generations become recluses and really don't want to be bothered because they don't want people asking them. And they've lost their power and their juice, okay? Right. Y'all can have this power and juice in this city, in this state, in this country for the next 100 years. Wow. Don't give it up. Wow. Don't become a recluse just because, you don't have to do something every day, and stay relevant. Sure. So many rich families, you go look at all your great wealthy families and look at the generations below them that just kind of live in a cave. Live off the money that keeps coming in, or whatever, and they're not relevant anymore. Why is it important to stay relevant? I just think it's important to stay relevant. I think it's relevant to continue philanthropy and give back to your community. And there's nothing wrong with being a leader in your community. And just because I'm still on boards that I was on, 10, 15 years ago, and it's just, well, now that I'm worth a few $1 billion, I should change? Why should I change? My ego that, you shouldn't be on the Better Business Bureau board. That's no big deal. That's when you were up and coming, or I've just never changed. I've just never changed.
Now I've got a special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for the good deed of the day. This is something new. I believe that you're built to serve, and it feels so good to do something nice for somebody else. So good deed of the day, put down in the comments one thing that you need help with, that you're working on, that you love some support or guidance on. And then 2, go comment on somebody else's comment and give them some love, give them some support, give them some encouragement, maybe give them some connections, try to help them solve that problem. Even if it's saying, I believe in you, that one little bit of encouragement can be the difference between somebody quitting and continuing on. So the good deed of the day, in the comments below, write down one thing that you need help on, that you're struggling with, that you're working on. And then part 2 is go give love to somebody else in the comments too, and let them know that you believe in them as well.